ऑल राइट, समर टाइम रेंडरिंग। ये शो मैंने बहुत ही रिसेंटली शुरू किया। द फर्स्ट एपिसोड आई वॉच्ड एंड देन आई रियलाइज्ड कि दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन नॉट वेट वीक बाय वीक फॉर। तो मैंने डिसाइड किया कि चलो भाई मांगा पढ़ लेते। विल टॉक अबाउट अ फ्यू थिंग्स इन सेपरेट सेक्शंस। First of all, I'll give you a short summary of the story, then I'll give you a bit of opinions about the manga, and then finally I'll talk about the anime adaptation. Now, you should consider the fact that ये सब मेरे perspective से है, मेरे opinions है. If you do not agree entirely with my perspective, तो the comment section down below is for you. Comment कर देना, comment पे ही देख रहे हो, तो it is entirely up to you what you feel. लेकिन this is my opinion, this is a very subjective thing, तो चलो शुरू करते हैं. Let's talk about the story of Summertime Rendering. So I'll give you a very brief summary. So the main character, the MC, Shinpei, he is coming back to his hometown in Japan, which is an island. The hometown is also an island and Japan is also an island, which is funny because Japan, which is an island, उसमें एक island है जो उसका hometown है. But moving on, he is returning to his hometown to attend his friend's funeral. उशियो नाम की उसकी एक बचपन में दोस्त रहती है. तो उशियो मरती है because she was trying to save a small girl from drowning, और इसमें वो drown होके मर जाती है. So Shinpei comes back and he finds himself entangled in this whole huge mystery surrounding her death, because कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि it is not possible for her to have died because she was very good at swimming. तो as a lifeguard, her death doesn't make a lot of sense. तो Shinpei starts talking to some of the residents of the island and he finds that some people are saying there is something supernatural going on. The residents are referring to something called shadows. Now shadows are these supernatural creatures that apparently are part of the island's history, where we find that these shadows are responsible allegedly for some of the major things that have happened on the island. And Shinpei starts investigating all of this and he gets entangled in this whole mess, trying to find what shadows are, whether they actually exist or not, etc. Now shadows are basically these kind of creatures so if I see my shadow तो मैं मर जाऊंगा and the shadow will take my place. तो Shinpei ये सब investigate करने लग जाता है and they start finding interesting things. So this is the story that initially starts off as a murder mystery but then goes on to become a sort of time loop kind of story. This is not a huge spoiler, I just want to let you know that there is a bit of time looping here and it's not the main focus of the show. I am so grateful that it is not the main focus. I really hats off to the mangaka, क्योंकि क्या होता है कभी कभी स्टोरी का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्रच अगर आपका टाइम ट्रैवल मैकेनिक बन जाए ना, तो इट बिकम्स हार्ड टू प्रोग्रेस योर स्टोरी. तो ये एक अच्छी बात है. मूविंग ऑन टू सर्टन ओपिनियंस आई हैव अबाउट दिस स्टोरी और द मांगा स्पेसिफिकली. बेसिकली क्या है ना, द मांगा इटसेल्फ is very good. Start to end, it is a beautiful story. कुछ chapters है जो skip करके you can be fine chapters या फिर pages, whichever one is more important. You can keep those, skip the rest. But it's fine. It's not too skippy. कुछ filler वगैरह ऐसा भी नहीं है. It is really good in terms of that. So when it comes to storytelling, this is very important. You need to know from start to finish. जो details बताए गए हैं ना, वो बहुत ही crucial है. The ending is absolutely beautiful. It made me tear up. I did not cry, लेकिन मेरे आंखों में आंसू जरूर आए थे. So this is something I feel like तुम लोग भी enjoy कर लोगे. Now talking about the manga is done, I'll get to the anime adaptation. So my first impressions about the show. As of recording 13 या 14 episodes आ चुके हैं and as far as I can tell, they've been adapting around 4 or 5 chapters per episode. So because they are scheduled for 25 episodes, it seems like they'll probably just go with a one season format. तो एक ही season निकालेंगे for the entire storyline. What I feel is slightly lacking is कुछ episodes में कुछ scenes जो है ना, वो थोड़ा सा animation quality में lack कर रहे हैं ऐसे लगता है. Like some scenes with shadows ऐसे लगता नहीं, क्योंकि manga में they are supposed to feel like a slime. It might not make sense to people who have neither read the manga nor seen the anime, but the concept of shadows is that when they come out of the shadows, they look like slime. And then they form into whatever human being they are supposed to be. Which in the animation, I felt sometimes feels off sometimes it feels on point. So I'm not entirely sure if it's just a one time thing या फिर कुछ ऐसे regular thing है because they kept their resources for certain major episodes. I don't know. So basically what I'm saying is I doubt they'll add a second season, though 139 episodes में से 68 chapters already adapt हो चुके हैं. So if you're somebody who's interested in watching the anime, then that's great. But if you want to read the manga, तो अभी तो 13 या 14 episodes आ चुके हैं. So you can read the chapters after chapter 68 and you'll be fine. Some things have been cut from the anime which I think are tasteful. Also certain things where it just feels redundant have been removed, but some things which have been removed feel a bit like they should not have been removed. Certain character interactions, certain observations. For the sake of a non-spoiler first impressions, I am removing so much information जो आप लोगों को देने की इच्छा है मुझे. In the end, the anime adaptation is very beautiful. The art style is incredible. It looks really good and basically the main character looks like a discount Eren Yeager. So do whatever you want with that information. Definitely read the manga. नहीं तो watching the anime is fine. And end of the day, as I've said before, this is just my opinion, it's my perspective on all of this. If you are somebody who felt like the manga is not as good as the anime or vice versa, whichever the case might be, remember that the mangaka himself in the final chapter of the manga has stated that one, he's very happy that it's receiving an adaptation, and two, he knows that the manga has certain issues that he is willing to solve by sitting down with the story writer for the anime. That's pretty much it. ये था summertime rendering का first impressions, and definitely make sure to let me personally in the comments know कि और कोई manga है जिसका first time impression आपको चाहिए. Thank you for watching and hopefully we'll meet again.
हमारे चैनल को एक लाइक भी ठोक दो, बेल भी बजा दो. हो गया, चलो अब निकलो यहाँ से.